victories, 3 defeats with 9 wins, coming by way of knockout, hailing from and fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. Here is the animal, Vaughn Alexande. Coming by way of knockout, here's the undefeated super middleweight fighting out of Indio, California, Dan the Bully Melikuziev.
Here for you, legal punches, here for you. Touch gloves, good luck to both of you.
He does have that win over Roy Jones Jr.
Yep.
Individual. Alexander incarcerated for 11 years. He said every we do it.
I knew you would know it. You're old enough.
I would get right back in the ring and try and pick up where I left.
His brother, Devin Alexander, two-time champion. So he comes
3 defeats.
Never been stopped with him. And there shows him mental fortitude on him. I mean, we know he's clean punching, like a clean jab is just as important as a combination. And he had a tremendous amount of amateur fights. I mean, he had.
It's very hard to transition to the pro level.
Yeah, because the boxing is totally different.
10 seconds, stop at the back.
I both know. Great talent coming out of here. International talent from all over the place.
Nice straight right hand, a sneaky one there from Alexander.
Thing by fighting at a distance, looking for the counter punches. So they're skinny power punchers that punch.
Sentence lengthened because of all the fights. He said, well, if you don't hurt him too bad. Uzbek trying to come at angle.
So touch the front of the glove just to get an angle with the power.
Out here as well. Golden Boy constantly bringing fights, punches of Melikuziev.
See, there's the angle I was talking about. But he's a strong puncher instead of a one-punch knockout artist. Very smart and experienced by Melikuziev.
You don't have to call them medics. You have to sew them up. They usually just kind of turn the other cheek.
Melikuziev was trying to get an angle earlier. I love seeing that. That takes experience. Alexander to block, and then you can get an angle like that, and then punch.
Catch and counter. Catch and counter. Because he getting
Alexander. Not the firefight.
Mistake against the Bully tonight. He needs to start getting more active, start punching.
Imagine this.
Being a Bully, he's dancing really nicely on. He knows where he went wrong in the other rounds, in the other fights that he had. Alexander, good 1-2 right there from the southpaw stance. That he's a puncher, obviously, but he's nifty on them feet. He does it from angle. Good body shot by the Bully.
Intimidate. Good jab there.
Very nifty on his feet.
Well, he's nifty because he used to be. I remember your dancing.
The frame doesn't show you that he's an angle puncher and a boxer.
Muscle move the way that Melikuziev. We mentioned some because you had no money to spend at the casino.
Really good competition. He's never been stopped, but he gets outworked, and he's getting outworked on rhythm when you have a nifty foot fighter like Melikuziev. Not standing in punch output wasn't there, and he's doing just that right here. But Alexander, I can see why that's happening. Your style, and it's not tiring at all. You know, you're doing that in sparring. You're doing that for 8 weeks. Away with it. But fighters like that are on their toes, bouncing around, always getting angles.
Watch your heads, guys. Careful.
Alexander hasn't been able to land anything. Land a punch, fighters like Melikuziev are going to give you hell. They're not going to give you paw stance. From the lefty stance, it's very difficult to catch up. Everyone thinks that moving around the ring gets you tired. A lot with a lot of boxer punchers. They fight with their hands down. It's time to plant their feet.
Sit for that bell.
Frustrating. I mean, the output of Alexander, and he was critical of himself. He said, hey, I know I went
through this fight.
Maybe not the power, but he has the strength.
There's a right hand from Alex, at least a little bit.
And that's what I was saying. Maybe this was his.
Thank you, Todd. Joel, what have you seen up to now?
I may have not gotten knocked out, but I know I went wrong. I didn't punch him. His defense, he has that cross defense, kind of like Ken Norton. With power, you hurt them. They'll be out on their feet, or it can change start stepping it up right
there. There's a big right and a left hook.
So we're into this fight, and if that's it, Alexander's doing that. But
that's a long.
and he landed it one more time. So
So a better round for the animal, but not good enough.
Corner of a fighter that's moving.
Big right hand. That was the best punch. Well, you heard Joel Diaz saying that Melikuziev.
So Alexander needs to punch. Big hand
right hand again for Alex.
It's the best round by Alexander, which he still might be losing. Doing what I said he needs to do. Start putting the pressure up, moving his head, use his movement. It's hard to close down the distance if you're not using the jab as a gate. Alexander finally threw a punch where Melikuziev was going to be. Like right here, Alexander needs to throw punches just like that.
Right behind the head, careful with that.
For bantamweight titles, huge.
I gave it to him.
Some swelling of Melikuziev.
It's a bright future. I mean, anytime.
By the back.
That's the reason Melikuziev.
3, Sergio.
I don't think he always hurt the most. It's punches you don't see coming. And the angles.
Now, on the left eye, it appears of Melikuziev, probably from that headbutt. Through 6 rounds, 19 power punches. So much amateur experience. That shot stings Alex in the ring, but seems to be speeding up, dancing around, laughing, looking.
The distance now, by now, it's 7 rounds in. It's been Melikuziev, single shots, 2 shots. Not a good look for Alexander. Bleeding from the bully. Look, Alexander's never been stopped. You know, so he's been.
Let's see if Alexander starts to show some destiny
or not.
Oh, nice left hand, which buckled.
But with speed, not power. Look, see right there. Vaughn already got the distance down, just like that. See, he's peppering him away. No power there. That was a power medalist. So they're going to move him faster.
Counter right there for Alex. Alexander, oh, that looked like an intentional headbutt.
Off balance and into the hands of Alexander, which is what he's waiting for.
2 rounds to go in India. And there's the headbutt where it appeared. Round 9 scheduled for 10 2 years ago, but none later than that.
They're not intentional, but I wonder if they practice it.
The crowd wants action. Well, it's still intentional. It may not look intentional, Sergio. Vaughn Alexander here, or you on the roulette table tonight after last night's disaster to give it to him.
See, that was a choppy.
Vaughn Alexander told us his last fight he didn't throw enough punches. He didn't.
Sign of age. And at 34 years old, we'll see if he gets another chance.
Spent in a federal penitentiary, won his first 7 fights, but tonight he just. Let's see how aggressive Melikuziev is here in the final stanza.
Being tough on him in his fight with Anthony Sims Jr. He says, hey, look, I'm going to show him. I'm going to show you this time.
Alexander keeps shaking his head no.
You know, I love seeing southpaws that punch from southpaw.
This crowd would love to see the left eye of Alexander almost completely.
Nice paint job on his part.
And that will do it.
Getting them more cleanly, then it would have been even more.
Champion